if you're just arriving, my name is Lethal Clips. I'm casting along TJ. We're gonna be casting Team FamYeeSquad versus Disco Elephants. So we will be getting the knife round right here.
They couldn't even be bothered to type elephants.
Yeah, they need to keep it short and sweet.
I mean, I think it's only fair we call them DiscoE after this. Knife round underway as I make unfunny jokes, and it looks like Disco Elephants barely
We'll
lose the
lose.
knife round.
Yeah.
You know that it was really back and forth the knife round. It was really powerful in one direction, and then it really didn't go that direction. It was really tactical.
Yep, I'm gonna turn the sound up.
Elephants.
Actually,
I heard Disco Elephants discussing their knife round strats prior to the knife round. And they were talking about how everyone should just spam left click. So I think that might have been why they lost.
Yeah, that didn't work out very well.
On Kata. We're waiting on one player to ready up now. Citywide. There we go. And now we are into the game.
Definitely. Now, it will be kind of tough to cast the game after we just booled around for an hour, but let's go for it. So we do see Team FamYeeSquad winning the knife round, starting on the CT side of Inferno. This is map 1 of a best of 3. Map 2 is something, and map 3 is Overpass. So we will be getting into it right now.
Cache is the middle map.
Cache, alright.
Already we can see that the terrorist side is working their way up, man. It's mostly pistol armor, although Ace didn't buy anything notably. They have a brief engagement. There's another man holding at the bottom of Banana as Disco get the first entries into the A site, and the man at the bottom of Banana engages with 2 members on the rotate and gets 1. And this has been a very clean round for Disco as the final member goes down to the stolen USB of Kata.
Yep, and Disco Elephants there just had everything shut down. Team FamYeeSquad just couldn't hit the headshots, unfortunately, and that is what cost them a round, which is what usually costs people pistol rounds. We do see 4 SMGs, actually 5 SMGs, 4 Mag-10s being picked up on the terror side. They're just looking to farm that bank, and that'll work out pretty well as CTs do not have any armor, so they will just shred through them.
Yeah, that was really interesting because it was hyper aggressive, but it was at the same time they had all their corners protected in a way that we hadn't seen for some of the earlier teams. So I'm really thinking that Disco could be one of the stronger teams in this competition as they force their way up Banana and trade evenly with the P250 player playing close and jump out onto the site, getting 1 kill onto Super and another onto Cat Adventurer, leaving the final 2 players split up alone and crying until they're shot dead.
Yep, and
the final member.
Georgie, unfortunately goes down on the R side. I'm not sure how we want to say that name.
I'm gonna call this Yee because they all have Yee before their name, don't they? Or after their name. So I think
yeah, 4 of them have it after.
And then one of them has before. I don't know. They all seem to be working it out. I'm just gonna remove the E from their name because I assume that that's like the team name. That's why their captain has it. So they're going full save for a second round.
Georgie. We do see 2 extra AKs bought up, even though they had survived at least one of them. So we do see them investing pretty heavily, pretty early in this game, not looking to play around with the Mag-10s anymore. It looks like they will be rushing up B to try to close off this knife round pretty quick. Not knife round, but eco round. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I'm tired, and yeah.
As they get the first 2 picks on opposite sides of the map, the player in construction is holding but gets shut down. However, a USP kill comes on from Bunyi. That might make a difference. That was one of the SMG players, though, so it will make a minimal difference. No, it was one of the AK players. Sorry, I misspoke. However, he won't manage to save it, and nothing will come of it.
It's a pretty fun name, Rocky. I think we have somebody else named Rocky in this league.
Yeah, but one of them is good, another one is sorry.
God, Rocky.
Thought Rocky.
Alright, getting in this gun room, we do see a P90 picked up on Georgie, we could say. Let's see if he is going to play a position where he can definitely leverage those loud of bullets per second. He will be playing B.
We can actually already see the players falling back onto the site in Banana, and on the A site they're playing very passively.
Yep,
They're
they're
throwing a lot of smokes early into the round. If Elephants decides to sit behind these smokes, they can actually take advantage of this, and they will have no smokes left to take the site. However, they're already smoking out, rushing down truck side, get the first kill onto Super, and then decide to run through a smoke. However, I don't think Cat Adventurer saw that, as they're already wrapping around truck and getting all kinds of kills.
On you, we'll pick up 2 from the pit. One of them was a penetration headshot. That was a pretty interesting double spray there, right? And it looks like we do have a drop. We'll probably be seeing a pause here, unfortunately. But
we do have a 2v2. It won't be replayed, unfortunately. So it will be a 2v2. And they're entering onto the site. This is actually a fairly even 2v2. Although they know where one player is and they could get the headshot on him any second.
get some
As
to the
he's still
box,
challenging something I really don't like. Yeah, they've got him down to what, 19 HP, and the other player's at 20 after those headshots. And he gets the first player on the site, and spins around and gets the second one in the pit. A very nice play by Citywide Slayer.
Yep, just runs in and cannot be stopped on that side. Does actually eventually get a headshot through the box, and I'm wondering if we're gonna see a pause coming out here. Looks like possibly not. Alright, guess we're just going with it. See the terrorist trying to push up towards...
He didn't know how to pause. It's not pause.
Didn't have a pause. Okay. I'm not sure if we can go for that abort.
We can't. We have to pause next freeze time. Because otherwise, obviously, it would be advantageous to disconnect from any round we lose a player in. However, they do have 4 players, and they are making it an even 4v4 with very little damage taken as the DiscoE Elephant squad forces their way onto the B side and trades fairly evenly, living in a 3v3. However, they get the first kill onto Adventurer and Construction, and now they're horribly concentrated on the site. Well, the FamYee is spread out across the 2 different approaches, and one with only a P90.
Yeah, we'll be trying to retake for Banana. Can definitely get those spray downs with that P90, and some very close corner engagements on this guy in first oranges, but unfortunately, we'll be looking at the guy in New Box and cannot find that kill. Actually, he was dark. Inferno is fun. Callouts are hard, and life is sucks.
Well, it's all good as the other player finally gets back into the game. Looks like he will have slightly uneven money, but that's something to be expected.
Yep, seeing Disco all the way up at 5 rounds already, that's pretty much what you need for a decent T-half, and they're up 5, like I said, 5-0, so let's see if they can just keep rolling. Even if not, they're still in a pretty decent position to go ahead and attempt to take this map, and you do see a Bison picked up on Georgie. It's a pretty interesting buy, as it really Bison's never the right choice in terms of money efficiency and damage.
I think you just think that Bisons are never the right choice. I don't think there's ever a situation. Wako Pack in Shan asks, is there an average rank limitation? No. This is open for everyone from silver to global. The way it will work is as the matches go on, teams will be sorted, and then they will play matches according to how well they're doing. So it will even out in terms of the games as we see them rushing onto the A side and getting the first kills again. This is a very strong T side, very well organized, and completely obliterating the A side defense. However, we still have a Bison player on the map. What can he do with his Bison? That is the question. This adventure is strafing backwards and forth, and the Bison goes down to the AWP. Sadly, it was not to be. As if I were these final 2 players in a 2-on-5, I would save.
Definitely, they need to start getting rounds this game, but it's like at least this one will not be able to make it out of it. Let me see the P90. Looks like it's still be going. Actually, it's a Famas right now. If he is able to save that off,
and switching out to the AWP and not saving it, instead going for it. No, he's going for the save. He's playing it weird.
It's like he'll not be able to get this save, maybe, unfortunately. Looks like no. Was playing that a little bit too aggressively if he wanted to save that weapon. Not really sure what the game plan was there. But while we do have the opportunity to talk about it, I just wanted to clarify something. These first few weeks, like, like TJ was saying, where the teams aren't very calibrated. They might be a little bit stompy, you could say, in some of the matches, but hopefully that will be getting better throughout time, as we do see the CTs going for a little bit of a force buy, as we see basically no utility picked up. Kind of interesting that they all buy head armor, as we do only see one P90, and that is $350 that they could be saved for a smoke or almost a diffuse kit or things like that.
And that's actually interesting, because that smoke isn't even towards the B side. As we already see the consequences of that with an easy entry from DiscoE onto Jedry, and they already see the ninja player, or should, as he's somehow staying alive. And now he sees him and finally takes him out.
Yep,
that was a fully bought player. If you're gonna go for a ninja, don't fully buy.
At one point, there was a spot where you could get even further into the ceiling in that spot, but they did end up facing that spot. We do see a player trying to sneak through Mexico to get on this retake, but we already have somebody sniffing it out on the side of Disco Elephants, and he will catch out the kill very easily.
And I think what we're seeing here is just a very coordinated side against a very uncoordinated side. You're seeing a lot of Disco Elephants very, very coordinated takes. I'm seeing a lot of Molotovs and a lot of smokes landing exactly where they want to, when they want to. And despite the fact that I don't actually think the aim matchups are that different, the Team FamYee is going in one by one, 3 smokes at weird angles against 2 players, and there's always a trade, and it never works out in their favor. And the one round that they really looked close to winning was when they both stood on the site and they both held a crossfire.
Yep, though again, the CTs will be going for somewhat of a bad buy at this point with very little utility. Not really sure why they're continuing to buy this head armor up, but a lot of people definitely don't know about that, so that is one thing that could be taken into account.
As Rocky dies in the flame! And on the other side, Yeecat and Super Yee do trade in terms of kills, and Yeecat Adventurer is going down. However, Yee sees a player go into library with his P90. The player's on very low health. I don't know what that player's doing. 2 players, 3 players, they're going around the world from A through CT to B, and they don't seem to have noticed it yet, the CTs.
Definitely. You don't need,
Leaving only Bunny on the side to defend, and he isn't even looking the right direction. I think this is hopeless. As he finally looks the right direction, gets the first pick, doesn't hit the second shot, and as a result will go down, leaving a 2v2 situation. And he got the lowest health player, so I frankly think this is another round for Disco Elephants.
Well, 2-on-2 is very possible, as we do see one player trying to defend over a banana where one player is coming from, and he does get caught out in the open, and so we'll see a 1v2 coming from construction. Arguably the best place to take 1v2 is construction, but we will see both players looking towards there, so.
Well, it really was the only logical place once they confirmed he wasn't in Banana, and they confirmed he wasn't in CT. It only makes sense for him to be in construction, as we do see him shut down with the shot from Ace. And once again, that coordination just completely undermines the FamYee, as they are spread out across the map and not entering at the same time.
Yeah, but look at this, once again, we will see the CTs going for very broken buys, SMGs and a shotgun and a FAMAS. This is just not a very good situation in terms of managing their economy. So it'll be interesting to see if they can get anything rolling on this side, because if they keep dying like this, it's just not going to work.
Yeah, and they're running through a smoke over on Banana. GE gets the first kill, doesn't hold the smoke, and as a result, his teammate's gonna die. However, he does charge back into that, was just misplayed on so because he should have held the smoke initially. When he realized he should have, he ran back into a fight where all the players had already gone through the smoke, and as a result, they both died without even getting a proper trade. As the plant is going down on the B site, and the 3 remaining players are once again spread out across the entire map and going down one by one.
I mean, we will see Rocky. He likes to just sit back and outside mid, and the C2s are really pushing into him, and he hasn't died once back there, so they're really just trying to go for this flank, but it's definitely not working at all in terms of time and in terms of just getting the kills, so.
Yeah, and on the other side of the map, their CAD Adventurer is about to fall to the concentrated efforts, and as soon as that happens, they'll turn their attention towards Banana, as they should do right now, leaving Yee in a hopeless situation.
And unfortunately, he just sits on the bomb.
Down to the bomb. He did not need to die to that bomb.
He had 100 HP right there, and unfortunately just decided to sit at the car and died. And once again, we see the CTs just going for this force buy. I really don't like this play. They should have saved a while ago. Just decided to get somewhat of an M4 with utility buy, but now they're just fine P90s with barely any utility nades, and really not managing this economy very well in this game, unfortunately.
Yeah, I think that perhaps the combination of bad decision making and the general rushing we're seeing is a result of some stress for this game. I don't think these teams are used to, or this team in particular is used to playing matches that count for anything, even if it's just Reddit karma.
That is very true. A
And
lot of
as a
these
result,
teams have been put together specifically for this league, so that is something you have to take into account in terms of team chemistry and things like that.
but he gets that chicken.
That's all that matters.
I think that still gives you a point on the scoreboard, doesn't it?
I think it does in deathmatch, but not in league games or any game for that matter.
I think we should put a point on each player's personal scoreboard in the league for chicken kills. In fact, we don't even have a personal scoreboard. We're gonna make one that doesn't count kills of players. It counts chicken kills.
Okay, so Bunny is now at 21 score instead of 20. We got that marked there officially. Unfortunately, we do see a few players lacking behind on the side of the Team FamYeeSquad, including the captain having 0 kills and YeeCat down at, or I should say Cat Adventure down at 1 kill. So definitely need to see some better play out of them if we want to see anything happen in this game, as one does just get taken down in apps. Definitely. Well, we do see this P90.
Play with the P90.
Runs out of ammo in
as
the
they
third.
as they challenge out of balcony, they finally shut it down. Am I lagging on your side?
A tad bit, yes, but unfortunately, it does run out of ammo on that P90. You do get 50 bullets, but you do not get 60. So he will not be able to pick up that last kill in mid. You do see a 2-on-3.
Solve that problem. Oh,
Bread Dog
that's
just
the bison.
Bread Dog just obliterates that guy trying to come quad side, and we will see a 1v3 with an MP9. Fortunately, not much that can really be done in this situation.
Yeah, I was about to say the bison is a solution to not having enough ammunition, but apparently that didn't even work for him.
Yeah, unfortunately those do like 11 damage a shot, so you know you got that trade-off there. Pixeldust asks if there are other matches going on. There were scheduled matches going on.
There should be at least one other match that started late. So I guess if this match finishes quickly, as it certainly looks to be, we might be able to switch into it. I don't know. I'm calling FamYee coming back on the second map and 60-0ing them.
That's a very bold prediction there.
See, you think that, but actually, they're gonna get overconfident. As already it's striking with 2 kills on the entries onto B, and the take is falling apart. And Super comes in from behind, makes it 3. That means they've completely secured the bomb, which is
look at this. Look at the CT in mid, alt mid. He definitely hears them, as we see actually nobody coming over from B, but now they will as he hears this plan.
He's gonna get killed from Boiler here.
Yep.
Right down. And unfortunately, a round they could have had is taken by, once again, lack of coordination as they rotate everyone over, and he was busy attempting to flank a flank that wasn't happening, and as a result wasn't in a position to intercept or even get some damage onto any of the players.
Yeah, definitely. Disco Elephants has been playing it very orthodox this game, with the exception of one player staying behind. They haven't really had any lurkers in terms of trying to catch people out. They just had lurkers watching the flank, so they've been playing it pretty normal. And as thus, Team FamYeeSquad leaves themselves basically no time and will unfortunately be unable to get this retake. And yep, everybody dies. Like Oprah right here, you get a death, you get a death. Woo, everybody gets a death.
I think that's not how Oprah works, but
last time I heard it is.
Can't say I've watched enough Oprah to be able to back up that statement. Anyway, another broken buy from the CTs. I think if they just saved one round, they've got such a massive loss bonus at this point. If they just saved one round, they'd have everything they need. But
Yep. At this
instead,
point,
they're going for these broken buys.
yeah, at this point, it's really too late to do anything about the economy. They're already down 12-0 on the CT side of Inferno. So, fortunately,
Well,
does not appear they can
I
bring
think
this
at
game
this point
back.
for them, it's not about winning the match. It's about saving face. As they've already got 3 kills into this round, however, just as I'm writing them off, and the Bison player on the site is proving invaluable. I told you those Bisons would be important. However, they both go down with a trade kill from a Deagle, wasn't a 1D, and Bunny running onto the site with a scout and immediately going down to a nice 1-tap. And I can't actually find the player. There he is, back at the site with an AK, no bomb plant, can't get the bomb plant, although he could if he thought he could. That makes sense. He's only trapped by his own mind. As they're challenging one by one, he knows where one player is, he's guessing where the second is, and he goes down as they both face simultaneously in a rare moment of coordination.
Unfortunately, we will not be seeing a first 16-0 out of this tournament, and we're lighting the candle for it. But we will be seeing DiscoE with still absurd amount of money just coming back into this game strong. Well, coming back to this round strong, I should say. No reason to lose this game. I think at this point, this is definitely their game to lose. And we will just be seeing a 4-man second. Hey, let's see if they can sniff that out, the Disco Elephant side. And actually, one goes towards B. Although Rocky eliminates one of the players on B. So now they will only have one player on B again.
They don't even know they're pushing up A yet. They just think they haven't rotated. And as a result, they have this player sniffing around library side. He could get a free entry onto Adventurer. Although it's still needed as Adventurer challenges in a position he really shouldn't have and goes down immediately. Bunny gets a nice scout pick. However, the overall side take is going quite poorly, despite the best efforts from Bunny.
And the bomb is actually on A when 2 of the players are on B, but that will not matter if you can just kill people. The CTs are really playing, I think, too passive on A. Like you said, they were already around Arch into CT, and nobody even had a clue of it. That just really can't happen, especially if you want to establish a strong CT side. On any map, really, but Inferno especially, so...
Yeah, I think they're scared, I think they're tilted, and I think they're alone. And by alone,
naked
I'm
alone.
pointing to their single round.
That would be a very accurate alone statement there.
Thank you for analyzing that. As we see the terrorist team working their way up banana, maybe they haven't decided yet, but frankly, it does with the force mixed by and the weird from the play. That's a kill, and he really shouldn't have from behind sandbags, rather.
Used that smoke from the
That shouldn't have
Molotov to his
spawned right away.
advantage. Yep.
That is true. I didn't.
All the player hiding has
We're
to see
gonna-
his movement, so...
This is going to be a happy style play right here. We're seeing this coming right now.
We see a team nade, unfortunately, for the T side.
Oh, one dig!
Bunny gets that 1 dig right there. And it looks like we will be seeing a
Going
third
for another
team
one, and
too,
he sadly goes down.
unless
Are we
Citywide
gonna see-
Slayer has something to say about this.
Are we going to see, after an entire half of getting crushed every round, the second they start ecoing, the second they finally have too little money to actually buy anything, they win?
It's basically how pugs go. I mean, I don't want to call
If
this a pug,
so,
but
I think exactly what it was. The second they were ecoing, they pushed. The second they were ecoing, they started thinking about what they could do to beat what their opponent was doing, because they only had pistols. If they were thinking like that the whole match, if they were working the whole match to try and coordinate and figure out how they could use their guns to their advantage, they would have been fine. But instead, they were relying on solo aim fights, which they were not winning.
and with 5
and I
seconds
don't think
left,
it's a-
he's not going to have much time to do anything, and
I
he will
don't
die
think
anyways.
it's a case that one team is much better than the other. I think it's a case that the FamYeeSquad is used to playing much worse teams, and as a result, they're going and taking fights they shouldn't.
Yep, that's a very good observation there in terms of if you play with teams that aren't at the level, you're not going to be able to play at the level. So we will be seeing Team FamYeeSquad attempting to pick up this pistol, although I'm not sure what could be done at this point. Although we did see a comeback from 12-3 the other night with Team Currymakers, so that was very exciting.
Or depressing, depending on who you're rooting for.
That is very true. We see a nice one-tap from Bread Dog over here in the apartments, just completely wiping that player off the map. You'll also be seeing an A push attempting to come out, one player sitting.
Tap of his own. They built a tank in Bunny. He's been playing quite well, so they gave him a Tech 9 and armor and said, "You go, boy. Do a thing." And
This player in
he's
pit
definitely doing that as the player
will be found. Yeah.
And the flank is going to be discovered as well. This is another T-side comeback.
Well, we can never count them out, for sure.
Both Disco Elephants players are lurking around truck side. They're entering together. Adventurer is unwisely taking the fight. However, he falls back in order to work with his team, and the team play comes out on top. And that right there, finally, was some team play.
Yeah, maybe we're just seeing an opposite of Cloud9 right now. Maybe their CT side just isn't existent. Their T side's just like Fnatic level right now. You never know what happens in these great amateur games.
Second you're comparing Cloud9's CT side to anything good, you've lost all sense.
Well, I mean, you've seen Cloud9's great T sides where they're up like 13-2.5 and lost.
Yeah, but it doesn't mean their CT side's good. That's not how that works. This is like the microphone thing all over again.
Although we will see a 5-man stack.
Running through Molotovs.
Yeah, 5-man stack on B. Let's see if they can try to do something with the 4 players still up. And we will see that Crossfire is definitely coming into play with these pistols, although players will end up going down. And that stack, unfortunately, does not pan out like they hoped it would. So, getting into this next round, it looks like Disco Elephants will not be buying much in terms of armor, just like last round. They definitely want to have all that utility since they have so many rounds to play with. They're only 3 rounds away from a win on this map, so.
I would love to see a comeback, however, I frankly can't see it happening. Despite the fact that they have SMGs on this round, I just think that we've seen who the better team is and they're going to come out on top. Although those 2 Mac 10 entries are doing quite well to disprove me. And on the other side of the map, we can see the remaining pistol players doing exactly what FamYee weren't, which is going in, waiting for each other. You can see the 2 pistol players working their way at Banana and 1 player waiting on the flank. He's not even pushing, he's not even engaging, he's not getting instruction. Although now that the first players are coming in from the other side, he's coming in.
Yep, and Bird Dog really...
Our weapon disadvantage is too large.
Yeah, just really overwhelmed in that situation. Tried to get 1 or 2, did end up getting 1, and then went down. But we will be seeing a ton of money coming out on the CT side, I apologize. Definitely money for pretty much anything they want at this point. So that is a very good side effect of saving all those rounds. It's funny how that works, right? Save and then you have money. I didn't know that was a thing.
Well, neither did FamYee until Disco Elephants came along and said, "Hey, this is how saving works." And they were like, "Hey, that's a good idea," and now suddenly they're trying it, and I think they're kind of liking it.
Yeah, for sure.
Although they did full buy SMGs, and I'm not sure that works out. I don't know what the economics of it are, but I think you have to get at least 1 kill for it to be worth it, as we do see FamYee working their way into apps and getting a nice 1-tap and another kill on the other side of the map. Or below, rather. Although the defense is coming in from our side, from Rocky.
Yep, the T's aren't...
full rotate for the CTs.
The T's definitely aren't pushing in. They're letting the CTs rotate, which is a pretty interesting decision. They're not getting any control of the sites, and Ace comes in and just gets 2 spray down kills, and unfortunately the T-side's just playing way too passive at this point, letting the CTs come and take the site before they even did when there's nobody there, and that'll be the round.
And they've lost the bomb,
yeah.
And they challenged 1 by 1. It was just a complete misplay. They had the advantage, they had the site, and instead they chose to take the fight 1 by 1 and die.
Yeah, they were just watching corners, hoping the CTs would push, but that's not what you can do. If once you get 2 picks out of the Ace site, you just gotta push in. And unfortunately, that didn't happen, seeing the 14th round go to the Disco Elephants. See Rocky trying to spam some scout through this wood. Unfortunately, we'll not get any kills, but we'll get 1 weak, and Kata getting 2 from behind. Just absolutely shutting things down, and I just missed all of those because I'm a horrible spectator, and I don't deserve to live, unfortunately. But that's okay. We'll see Cancerous Bundy with an unproportional amount of money on their side. I'm not exactly sure how that happened. Started the round with $9,100, and we'll just buy everything.
So why is it one player has a Mac 10 and the other player has an AWP?
That's it. He just started the round.
Because I'll grant you, Bundy's been playing
and
well,
he
but
just gets
tapped, and that's their entire investment into the round.
He just gets
and
one
now
tap from an
just
AK.
getting shredded.
Yeah, that is a very unfortunate beginning to the round, and possibly the last round of this game, as it is a best of 3. I mean, you know, you never gotta rule anything over casters over here. We gotta keep the hype level going.
I'm gonna be silent because I have lots of background noise.
Well, I'm sure the stream will appreciate that. Then, but
They
we will
do
see.
appreciate me.
Yeah, the T's just really not knowing what to do at this point. Just trying to sit and B and really falling apart. And we do see Red Dog just sitting behind, and that will not end well for the T side. And we see Georgie in this 1v5, and he will die. So you said the next map was Cash?
It should be.
Okay, I will go ahead and set that up then. Although we are getting a connection problem to the server.
We just have a bad time.
Oh, it will be going to Cash at this point.
Good. If I'm extra silent during this time, it's because my background's crazy.
That is quite alright for us. We will just be waiting to get into this game, and that is pretty much it. I'm just going to leave it on this screen just because we have nothing, hopefully not that long of a wait, and we do see a player with 999 of everything. I'm not sure how that happened, but...
Alright, and I'm back, and I shouldn't have any more crazy background noises. We do see all the players beginning to join the game. I don't know. I think I'm sticking by my prediction for a 16-0 from the FamYeeSquad. I think they were really beginning to get back into this game on the second half of the last game.
Oh, I completely agree.
And I feel like this is going to be the game where they're going to finally get over their stage fright, if that's the right word. They're really going to start dominating. We're going to see some insane strats. I don't actually know who picked this map, but I'm pretty sure it was the Elephants. And I apologize if my cat crushes my mic. If you heard that, if you heard a lot of bagging, that was my cat running full tilt into my mic.
Well, you know, cats are pretty good at running full tilt on anything, so, you know, just gotta keep that in mind.
Well, I do think she lost some brain cells on that impact. I think that was a full football style impact into my mic. I'm not really sure it was a good call on her part.
Inferno was Team FamYee's map, and this will be Disco Elephant's map choice. So let's see if they can stop even harder, although we'll just remain to see what's going on with this map.
As Jade comes in here, I thought balls were set to automatically kick. I don't understand how he's in here.
Yeah, definitely got the IQ of one. Just kidding, Jade, I love you. We'll be seeing...
I mean, that's actually not that much of an insult, because bots are run by computers, and computers are really smart. So, you just compliment him.
Looks like I don't know what I'm doing over here. I did just change the scene for a split second, but I hope you guys
Did you mute your mic again?
I did not mute my mic again. I had to execute my config, and I did not want to leak any internet protocol addresses, so...
Well, we see the warm-up warm-up is very obviously favouring FamYeeSquad. I'm taking that as a continuation of my theory, because we all know that the team that wins in the warm-up is going to win the game.
Obviously,
Especially when
yeah.
they're getting into this team kills area, the spawn kills area, sorry. That's exactly when you know who's going to win the game.
That's just how the game goes down. It's more of a warrior style.
Yeah, I mean, I think actually most are set by the knife round. I think the teams agree on who's going to win based on who wins the knife round. I think that's how most matches are done these days.
That was clearly shown by map 1 when Team FamYeeSquad picked up that knife round and then proceeded to win the game very easily, correct?
Yeah, they were throwing because they lost the knife round, but already we see easy, never mind, he got traded. I was going to say an advantage, however, we see some players being chased all the way around the map towards the B site. I don't know how this is going to go down. He's in a 2v1. Can he clutch it? No, he cannot. He brings one player down low, and those two players are suddenly being pursued by a much stronger force. But again, you know, I talked about this throughout the whole last game. I'm going to keep talking about it now. They're going in one by one. They're not playing as a team. It's costing them. It's costing them matches, especially in the knife round, which we all know is very important.
Oh, it decides the game, like, immediately. Like, if you lose the knife round, you just lose the game. That's all that happens. And we will see Disco Elephants, not surprisingly, picking the CT side after they did win the knife round. So.
I mean, the match we saw the other day was really T-sided on this map.
That is very true. We did see 12 rounds, I believe, being picked up on the T side on both sides. And actually, I'd say, no, I think it was the CT side where the rounds were won. I believe.
What that comes down to is it's a lot more fun to practice and plan execute and plan CT sides. So with these kind of amateur level teams, you see a lot of teams who have spent a lot of time learning their T side, but haven't spent that much time working on their CT side.
That's true. We will just see a rush out mid trying to take over. As Rocky will get one, and unfortunately, looks like he will be able to get two. Actually, and the T's will be kind of stranded out in the middle of nowhere. Not quite sure of what they want to do, but Kata coming in through Z does pick up one as Bread Dog picks up the other, and the last player is behind the white box, and that will be it for his life. And we'll see.
I want you to explain something to me, Lethal.
What am I explaining?
So we're just gonna do a bit of role playing. You're in mid. Your team's dying, but you have the bomb.
Okay.
In what situation do you decide, I have the bomb, I should charge into the connector?
In every situation, you just pull out the bomb and then just run into it. You don't even need a pistol. You just the players see you with the bomb and they just surrender. It's like low violence mode. They just surrender in front of you. But we just see.
He ran in there with his gun out. As we see the FamYee execute onto the B side, the CTs are playing very passively and don't seem to have started rotating yet, but now they're rotating, and the SMG spray down is insane, and no picks yet, and the shutdown is complete. He almost got a knife there.
That would have been like simple level over here, and we gotta get some beef going up in the chat, but unfortunately, that will not be happening.
I think the Brazilians would have gotten really mad. I don't think.
I do think that as well. I think we would have had everybody tweeting at each other and then delete all of their tweets, and then nobody can know what happened.
That's what you do whenever you say something controversial on the internet. You're not upfront about it, you delete the tweet.
Well, obviously.
You're upfront about it, then people might call you on it. As we see Disco push out and lay down some SMG waste onto these unarmored players, and the player with bomb is on the other side of the map. No, sorry. Both players with bomb are in toxic. I misread the map. And they go down. One to the flame.
That's what happens when you don't go to school.
Fire.
I believe there's just a $300 kill on the fire. I mean, it should be at least 4,500 for that great gratification. Probably just kill your teammates to get 4,200 after the negative 300, you know. But that... obviously not. We will see going Team FamYeeSquad. Unfortunately, I can't talk. We'll be going towards the A side of the map for the first time this game. We'll see if they can get something done. in a place that's not mid or B.
As we saw Super Yi just attempt to cover up the fact that he blatantly scoped in on the player at quad. That was pretty obvious, Cheats. Were you seeing that?
I was not seeing that, but
It
unfortunately,
almost looks like he pushed through door, but actually his crosshair lined up perfectly with the player at quad. As
must be
the door gets
cheating.
molotoved. And the players at truck and car respectively start wrecking, getting several op kills. We're seeing Rocky do quite well as he gets a fourth. And the final player decides to bail, but he'll be running right into the waiting arms of Kata and Dog as he embraces them both and gets nothing.
Yep, tries to get half of each, and unfortunately will not get either. He can't do that in CSGO. 50 plus 50 does not equal a kill, fortunately. So, we'll be seeing another somewhat of a force, not a ton of execution utility coming in. Although it looks like they will be buying up some stuff, although they didn't really use much of it last round, so it'll be yet to see if they'll actually use it. A lot of teams in this tournament really haven't been utilizing all of their utility on either side. This is something I've noticed, so see if they can do that to try to get some
Did you catch
setups.
that opening?
I did catch up that opening, yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I shot there
He
with
spots
the
the guy.
Skreek.
Yeah. Goes shooting and isn't hitting it. However, Yee is pulling it off, and they have the B-side to their own. This broken buy has so far done quite well, however, off the places they need to made off, and as a result, Rocky gets a free op pick and a second free op pick. They just didn't smoke it. And they had a Molotov, they had two Molotovs that they could have used for that situation.
And unfortunately,
And
Cat
Rocky's
Adventurer
continuing
just
to go
had to
crazy.
get that kill right there. Looks like FamYee will be in a 2v1, but cannot clutch that
Rocky.
out.
Rocky is insane.
God, Rocky mode, we say.
That's back-to-back op 4Ks.
Do believe it was a 3k last round to start a burster bubble, but
My bubble was burst. No, because he got three in, he got three main, and then he got the player and he got one of the players in Squeaky.
I know Ace Outlaw had a kill, and then I'm pretty sure Bread Dog had a kill, so we can go consult the
believe you.
VOD.
I think we need some help from the chat to.
Can we have an
solve this
official
problem,
review on
as we
this?
see the terrorists working their way towards the B. However, they trade instantly from the op of Kata, who hasn't yet been going as insane. We see some smokes coming. Could it be there's finally going to be an execute where they smoke off the things so that ops can't go crazy on them?
I don't believe it.
You don't?
No, I
believe it?
don't.
Well, that's good, because they're not doing it. So,
Definitely.
they missed the smoke, or didn't even aim the smoke towards where either of the ops, where Yee goes for a straight standing fight, and takes it and wins, Captain and ops, and that should be the round, it's their round to lose, as the two players come in from vent. You see the one engagement end quite well, however, it is instantly traded. Yee doesn't know where the player is. Now does, dancing around the box, and finally goes down to an AK spray.
I'll see DiscoE picking up their 6th in a row here. Definitely getting off to very good starts on both of these maps. And that's really, if you get a good start, that's just really something that is hard to stop, especially on CT sides. So, although they did do it on T side last map, so I don't know what I'm talking about. We do see Super Yi going for that Krieg again. We didn't really see any of that last map. Pretty interesting that they just started to pull that out this map, but
Well, I don't think. I think that in this matchup, what we're seeing is not necessarily an aim disparity. I think the aim is pretty even. I just think that, once again, the teamwork is fantastic on the Disco Elephants, and not fantastic on Team FamYee. And that is something that can improve over the course of the season. I definitely hope it does, because there have been a couple of really nice shots from the FamYee as they break out onto the A side and get an entry rather than talking them up. However, the truck holds them up briefly and then goes down, and Yee gets another one tap on the player up at heaven, and the player at site goes down to two players at once. And that was some teamwork, that was some coordination, and they did get the site.
but look at that. Here's our first round for Team FamYeeSquad. Unfortunately, the Disco Elephants, they had 4 people on site. They caught the they caught the whiff of the hit pretty early, and unfortunately, they still weren't able to shut it down with 4 people. So.
Chad asks, what are their ranks? This isn't even close. So once again, the way this match will be working, this tournament will be working rather, is as the tournament goes on, the rankings will even out. So teams will be playing against teams more at their level. So I think Team Elephant, Disco Elephants, isn't the best team in the tournament. We have seen some teams that are definitely better than them so far. And I will really enjoy it when it all levels out and we see some of the best teams go up against some of the best teams. Is an attempted entry goes horribly wrong for Yee. Solves every, including right next to Outlaw. I don't know if that was intended. I'm going to assume it was a nice buffer as Rocky Balboa goes for a free entry onto Yeecat.
We already have
Bomb is
4
Squeaky.
people at A. Yep, just catching the whiff of that A hit and just rotating accordingly very quickly. And this last player in Squeaky will have quite a task to pull off, although it doesn't look like they could. It doesn't look like they really know he's there at this point. So, see if he can get something done. Although it looks
Do you
like
see that mouse move? He's clearly aim locking on every single player.
I did not see that mouse movement. No,
Well,
I just hit the mic. That's Rapiers.
if he starts running here, the player in locker room is going to hear it immediately. However, I think his plan is to walk into A main, and if that's the case, he might get the jump. But I don't think he'll expect the player to be here. As he's going to hop on over, and he does check it, but loses the fight to the P90 of Outlaw.
Okay, I am sorry about that mic bump, but we are back in the game.
In chat.
Yep, I gotta throw that Rapiers down. But it looks like we'll be seeing quite an interesting buy coming out from the terrorist side. 3 UMPs and a Dream. And a Galil. And they will just be going for an all-out B hit, it seems like. They will be waiting back. Maybe going towards... No, just really waiting back. Not quite sure what they're trying to accomplish with that. I don't think the CTs have gotten very impatient this whole game. They've been playing it pretty well, so... We'll catch one out there. Kata gets a couple down pretty weak with that spray, and we'll just fall back to sight. Into safety, playing it very well. It looks like they will go for this boost. Let's see if they can get something done. Unfortunately, it looks like no players will be far enough back in Sunroom to be able to see anybody. But the terrorists will be eventually, it looks like, making this push into the B site. And it'll be interesting to see if they catch them off guard on this boost.
Blood Dog saw that. They know exactly where they are, and they're going to drop out of the boost just in time and get an amazing AK spray on them. Was that a one-tap, or was that the spray transfer?
See it, unfortunately. It looks like
it doesn't matter, because the overall round is a wreck. And Kata gets a nice kill. I look forward to seeing Disco Elephants play against some of the teams in this tournament, but I don't think this is an entirely fair matchup.
Yep, like we were saying, they will definitely find their spot in the league after a few weeks. Unfortunately, we don't really know any of the teams. There's no really way to calibrate the teams without seeing teams. Because, like we said, a lot of these teams are made specifically for this league, so we don't really know any way to calibrate. So we'll just be going off of in-game season results. So first week might get a little weird.
Absolutely, as we do see the mixed buy. And on the mixed team as they work their way towards A main without the bomb.
That's probably not gonna work very well.
Well, it's alright. If the bomb had been in, it would have gotten killed. So they were thinking 3 steps ahead as the adventurer gets a nice Tech 9 headshot. And some of the players go out onto the site getting more Tech 9 headshots. The players at truck and mid are holding down the site, however. And it leaves Adventurer all alone with 1 HP and a Dream. Dream will not happen.
That nade is just insult to injury at that point with 1 HP. You can pretty much hit people a mile away with that. You just see a nade across the map and you have 1 HP, you're basically dead at that point, so...
You know what? They had a Dream. And... so instead of fighting like a man with a Tech 9, he chose to pick up a P90. And it was all downhill from there.
Yeah, P90 isn't always the best weapon, as my keyboard just wasn't working with that. I'm sorry about that stream. But we'll be seeing more towards the A site again, trying to get something done, and that nade will directly impact Georgie, as we do see a flank already, and this is getting pretty ugly for the T side.
Yeah, we do see some SMG kills being picked up, but they won't last. And sadly, it looks like this will be another stomp. At least they got one round. The one round means a lot.
They have
we do
got
see
one
the
round, yes.
Call of Duty gun scopes in and be inadequate. I feel like we can really see form in the second half. It might be a 15-1, but I am fully confident that Team FamYee will show their true colors and come out on top, smashing everything. It's gonna happen.
Not sure if that's a good thing, but we will just go with that.
I think smashing everything's a good thing. Their desks.
I mean, they could be smashing their dreams or their monitors, but that wouldn't be a
Well,
good
those
thing.
are gonna happen. Those have happened already. They're on their second keyboards, their second monitors, playing on their CRT.
That's never a
playing
bad
with a
thing.
controller. Sorry, am I being mean?
They broke their mouse.
Yeah, they threw it against the monitor. That's how it broke. As we do see the smokes and the entries come out onto the site. Outlaw doing some nice P90 hold, but Adventurer and Yee team up to clear the site, and this might be FamYee's second round. And we're not if the two players entering the truck have anything to say about it. The bomb does go down, one player is down very low, however, two players are down very low, and it's all left in Bunny, who gets an amazing one tap and a nade. That was an amazing scout no scope. That was adorable.
Adorable is a word you could use to describe that. All right, I would prefer sick, maybe, or
that
radical.
Was adorable. It was just kind of. You were just like, oh, you know, he's trying.
Okay.
That's adorable. Yeah.
That's kind of okay, we'll just go with that. As we see as we see most of the T's looking to go for a B hit right here. You see one op in mid, but unfortunately we'll not be able to follow him, as all the action will be happening at B.
But he gets the repeat. That's all that matters. Instantly traded on the other side of the map by Bread Dog. Outlaws pushing in and gets weirdly missed by the op, but picked up by Super E, and they should have an entry onto the B side. However, they're waiting too long. The CTs have rotated, and this is where I would really like to see them go. They've rotated. Let's turn around. We've got the man advantage. There's no reason to keep pressing this side.
Yep. This is exactly what happened on Inferno. They're just sitting around, really, and that's not going to bode very well for their chances at taking this site.
But I think DiscoE just outplayed themselves. They thought they'd taken so long. There's no way they're still trying to take this site.
Yeah, that is true.
It's just as bad as underestimating him.
This Bread Dog cannot get that kill, but does not go down. They will still have a very good chance of holding this site, and it looks pretty bleak at this point for the take. You see Cancerous.
Although Super E did get quite a nice shot.
Yeah, he did. That was a pretty radical shot, as that is my new catchword.
Radical, dude. So we already see. Well, if I'm going with adorable, he can be radical. As we see the first and presumably last kill of the round from Super E. Oh no, it's his third. I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about.
It tried to carry their team through that round, but unfortunately cannot finish out the round at that point. And now we will see Team FamYee with literally very little money. Not literally, pretty much figuratively, because they do have...
If we can turn the bit right down in between games or something, that would be great, because I think we're a bit too high for some people's connections.
So, we would have to restart the stream, you're saying?
Yeah, we can do that. I mean, I don't even... Yeah, we'll restart it and then we'll come back and say if there's another game we can watch. As we do see the initial entries from the tech rounds and mixed by onto the site. It's an even round so far, however the weapon advantage is firmly on the side of DiscoE. And now the man advantage is too. Why is he over there? Can you explain this to me? Why is he over there?
I cannot explain that to you.
It doesn't make sense. How...
The only problem with restarting the stream, I know we're kind of off topic at this point, with the delay is that there'll be a 90-second gap where there's no stream, unfortunately, because I can't restart the stream as soon as I stop it, but...
That'll I think they'll live. I can tell them, I can give them a link to the music we're playing. They'll just be able to play that. We'll be fine.
Alright,
If
so
you see Bunny challenge and go down to the alt, put the Slayer. Isn't that a... I tried to watch some competitive Halo. I'm sorry, that's kind of like admitting to extramarital affairs or something, but I tried to watch some competitive... Apparently there's a role called Slayer. Just like we have an entry fragger, they have a Slayer. Wonder if he's a Halo man.
yeah, I saw a little bit of that on ESPN one time actually, as we do see the terrorist kind of stacking and spawn. Looks like
Here.
they are not putting very much
This right
effort into
here.
this game at this point, but
This right here is called a white flag. And I do think, given the way that their team is playing, where some players are still playing, some players are not, I do think we're going to probably see some roster changes, or indeed their whole team, as sad as that is.
yeah, but oh wait,
But we do see a
actually,
nice 1D
Bunny does get one as I was watching the
They're all
players
moving
spawn.
That was a nice 1D. Just kind of strafed out and popped him. It was like a balloon just popped. It was adorable.
It was adorable.
As we see the entries start to come in towards B, but they haven't been finished. This player's holding in toxic run. Another player's pushing him close with P9s. He gets 1, gets 2, gets 3!
And that
And
will
wins
be
the
the
round.
half.
And that'll be the half.
He didn't feel like
Sniping
spending any more
chat
time
said-
than possible, so
Snow. SG is the real reason they're losing.
yeah, I'm not sure. It's not a horrible gun, but
I mean, statistically, it's better. Because it is, I believe it does have a perfectly accurate first shot accuracy.
I don't know about perfectly accurate, but it does have that 100% armor penetration. It does not get affected by armor, so that's always fun. As we see the entries into B side going down, it looks like they won't even see this player headshot until
He's putting on his silencer as they're running at him. Now that, I don't know why his silencer was off, but those take balls.
But as we see Bunny trying to accomplish something in CT spawn, but will not get much done. We'll see 14-2 in favor of Disco Elephants. This is map 2 of a best of 3. Disco Elephants did pick up map 1, Inferno, which was the pick of Team FamYeeSquad. They picked it up pretty convincingly. And it looks like map 2 is going just the same way, unfortunately, for the side of Team FamYeeSquad.
And I'm going to go ahead and hop into our Discord and figure out what the next match we're going to look at is, because I do believe this one's over.
Well, unfortunately, I have to bounce after this map, so if we want to set up the stream on your end, that could be possible, but your favorite caster has to leave, so, you know.
I actually don't think we do have another match ongoing, so
Well,
I
that
think
will
this
be
will probably be it for
working
today.
out well, I
As
guess.
depressing as that is. We will be back with more games tomorrow. I think there's much more close games tomorrow, looking at the schedule briefly. Super U taking the fight close range against the very low Disco Elephants team. He could do something as he gets 2. I think that was team damage. Why do they have team damage?
And he doesn't even have a
The
suppressor.
remaining 2 players are
He's
very
just-
low.
Just going
If
for
they
the
care.
suppressor, he's just rocking out.
You don't need his
But
spread. You just need to spam and pray, and he gets 1 kill.
And we have no kit,
Red Dog's holding with
unfortunately.
29. See, this is a 1-bullet situation as the automatic weapon does come out on top, and that is game.
And even if he would have got that kill, no kits on the side of the CTs, as that was somewhat of a save round. So we will just be seeing a 15-2 scoreline. CT's just gonna buy whatever they can, and hopefully they do not get absolutely demolished in this round, which I'm not doubting. But
You've lost so much faith.
I think you were the one calling a 16-0 on the side. I don't think I had any faith in this team, unfortunately.
I always had
But-
faith. I was faithful to the end to the family, and the family failed me. They definitely brought dishonor to their family. As we see, push through a smoke, and nothing happens really. And we're left with Rocky Balboa, and a hope and a dream, and that hope and dream will be crushed.
Yep, well, it looks like we'll be seeing not much money on the Disco Elephant side unless they just decide to full buy on Bread Dog. He had all the money on the team. Doesn't feel like sharing it.
Frankly, is there a reason not to?
Well, they did just lose
Bread's
after
already
they
gone all in.
disposed,
The rest
but
of them are saving. That must have been a miss. You know what? Bread doesn't care anymore. Bread knows he's going to win. Everyone else is still trying to play it tactically, and I bet they're mad about this with Bread, right? So this is where their teamwork starts to fall apart. This is where the 16 rounds come in from FamYee. We're about to see the comeback. It's going to be of spectacular proportions as the FamYee burst out onto the site, get the first entry kill, and the second one's hiding by quad. There's a lot
unless
of team
that
damage coming in.
happens.
The nade comes in.
As
we've
Kata
got
just
some
walks
entries.
into
I
the
don't even know
site.
what's happening.
Kata just walks into the site and gets 3 kills. Doesn't really feel like prolonging this map at all. So, Georgie gets a kill walking away. It was just a complete fadeaway ump shot. But will unfortunately go down, so that will be the match. That will be 2-0 for Disco Elephants versus Team FamYeeSquad. So I believe that is all we're gonna have for tonight. Thank you guys for coming out to the stream. We will have more matches in the coming days, as we said. Friday we will have a lot of matches going. I believe, and same with the weekends. That is where most of our matches are going to be streamed. So I thank you guys for coming out to the stream. My name has been Lethal Clips. This has been TJ. Thank you for this is TJ. Thanks for everyone who has been coming out for the stream. We appreciate all the views, all the not likes, but all the follows, all the people especially being active in chat. Everybody who has asked questions, it's actually really fun to answer those. Believe it or not, but thank you everybody for coming out to the stream. Shout out to Jade. Hope you feel better, and we will be cutting out. Be playing some music.
What I wanna briefly interrupt you here. People
Alright.
are talking in chat about how they're getting a slideshow. That is because we are not partnered on Twitch. We do not have the option for clients to change the quality. So we have to set a quality for everyone, and I think that's going to have to be a bit lower than we would otherwise like. So tomorrow, we're going to have the stream quality set a bit lower, so you shouldn't get a slideshow, you won't get a headache, and we will have a great match. I'm sure of it.
Alright, for sure. So we will be seeing you guys later. This has been Lethal Clips, casting alongside TJ, and we will be out.